about the saddest story you've ever read. Now dry your eyes, because I'm going to give you a much sadder story that's going to make the one you thought of seem like a holly jolly fairy tale of butterflies and good butt. A man in China sent $550,000, draining all of his money and his family's life savings, to give it to a streamer so she would call him bro. I couldn't imagine something so pathetic. Brother, I'll call you bro for half that amount of money. It's such a small ask. Like, he wasn't asking for, like, feet pics or any, like, degenerate photos, wasn't trying to, like, buy a girlfriend here where some, like, delusional viewers will donate to a streamer hoping that they'll end up dating. Like, it'll be this, you know, storybook conclusion where I started as a donator, now I'm her husband. Like, he didn't even want any of that. All he wanted was for her to call him bro. I can tell you right now, there are streamers that probably would adopt you, and you would be their actual brother for 550,000 clams. Apparently, Chinese social media has been gadooshing this guy. He's been getting clowned on relentlessly for this because he's been tipping this one particular streamer for a while in a desperate attempt just to hear her call him brother. That's all. And he spent so much money and had so little left that he had to resort to just eating plain steamed buns to survive amidst his financial ruin. In his poisoned, clouded mind, the dark side took root, and he was convinced by the devil on his shoulder that hearing this streamer call him brother was more important than eating. He needed it more than he needed air and nutrients. So, they only list his surname, Hong, but I imagine on Chinese social media they know the guy's screen name because they probably recognize this, because most people would remember someone donating this amount of money to one individual streamer. Fucking 550,000 doubloons all going to one streamer over a short period of time, all with the same singular goal of hearing brother being whispered in the same sentence as his name. Most people are going to remember a weirdo whack job like that. And I imagine his screen name is something so silly. Like, I bet he has one of those, like, pseudo badass screen names, something hardcore, like Gore Daddy. His spiral into madness began earlier this year after he developed an obsession with a streamer and began funneling money into supporting her. And they're keeping the streamer's identity undisclosed, probably for the safety of the streamer, I would imagine, so that's not super surprising. Initially, he drained his family's savings, and then they restricted his access to the funds because he was going ballistic, hog wild with the money there, just putting it all towards this streamer. But that wasn't enough to stop him. That was only an obstacle in the way of his ultimate goal of hearing this streamer call him brother. So he then decided to take it to the next level and start committing crimes to get access to that money so he can continue to fuel this obsession. And he actually took a play out of my local crackheads playbook where he started stealing copper material. That is like crime 101 type shit. That's like something you would Google, like, how to commit crime for quick money, and a WikiHow article would come up, and this would be what they tell you to do. He was actually stealing copper in order to start paying for his donations to this streamer. So he worked in the hardware trade and started stealing the copper from it. He would routinely pilfer copper during his deliveries and sold it to waste recycling stations for cash. It continued until October 15th when the factory reported a significant quantity of missing copper, and they suspected that it had been stolen. Police investigated, and Hong, accompanied by his family, turned himself in. He confessed to only 2 recent thefts, denying any further involvement, but, spoiler alert, that wasn't truthful. However, when confronted with evidence from his financial transactions, which revealed unexplained income and substantial expenditures on the live streaming platform, he ultimately confessed. He committed over 40 thefts since May, amassing a total of $316,000, all of which were spent donating to that streamer and trying to get her to call him brother. But that is an absurd amount of copper theft. This is like a villain the Crimson Chin would have battled in Fairly Odd Parents. Like, that is a pretty impressive amount of copper, and I got a sneaking suspicion they didn't get it all. I bet he still has some stashed away for a rainy day. He's probably got like a fucking bat cave of copper. He's like the Bruce Wayne of copper. Anyway, though, he did explain his motives to kind of shed some light on why he was doing all of this. Hong stated, "I didn't want to meet her. I just wanted to hear her call me brother." What the fuck? Apparently, a good bit of the money has been recovered and returned to the factory, and the article reiterates that he had to rely heavily on plain steamed buns to stay alive and sustain himself so he wouldn't just die from starvation, because he spent all of his money donating to her, desperately trying to hear the moment she calls him brother. I picture this like that scene from The Dark Knight with Harvey Dent, where he goes, "Say it!" Like, that's him to his computer screen every time he donates to that streamer, just waiting for the word brother to leave her lips. And I guess it never did. He's still on this endless pursuit. It's actually frightening just how poisoned someone's brain can become. It is scary. He even says, like, I had no interest in meeting her, didn't want to meet her. I just wanted to hear her call me brother. Why? Like, is it like a fetish or something? It must be, like, to some degree, right? You would think. Something has truly gone awry in the old noodle up there that would lead someone to be like, I'm going to give not only all of my money, but all of my family's money to this streamer because I really want to hear her call me brother. That's so peculiar. That's so odd. Dude was willing to die for the cause too, like a brave Astartes warrior out of Warhammer 40k here. This man was starving himself. Like, I bet he was fighting rats for scraps, like, you know, beating rats for crumbs around his abode. Like, I don't know what state he was in when they found him, but from the way they talk about him, I imagine he was in a state of near malnourishment if he only had like some plain steamed buns to survive off of, because he actually spent every single dollar on this quest to hear the streamer call him brother, and I guess still never even accomplished that goal. And something else really crazy that stood out to me that I learned from this article is, according to iResearch, the market size for virtual gift donations during live streams in China reached $19 billion in 2019. I feel like I'm fucking Dr. Evil saying that number right there. That is incomprehensible. And it's projected to grow to $57 billion by next year. That is an unreal amount of money to be virtually gifting streamers. And then it goes into like some of the Chinese social media responses to the story. What kind of copper is worth over 2 million yuan? That really blows my mind. If you just want to hear it, why not record it and play it on repeat? Checkmate. There are so many ways that you could you could poke holes in this man's plan. It's not exactly the most thought out or most sensible plan. Yep, there's a lot wrong here. And another one that said 4 million yuan for a single word brother. Maybe you should see a psychiatrist. I agree with that analysis as well. I knew the market size was huge in China, but I had no idea it was that big. So I'm starting to think that maybe I'm wrong and that $550,000 from a single viewer to a single streamer actually isn't all that abnormal over there based on those numbers. Like, I actually can't even wrap my head around that. That is unbelievable. I also imagine this isn't the only time this has happened. This isn't like an isolated incident. I imagine it's still probably pretty rare for someone to donate every single dollar they have to a streamer. And it's probably one of a kind here, a unique shiny Pokemon type story of someone who's donating all of that money to a streamer just to hear them say one word, brother. That's probably never happened before. But I think Hong isn't alone in being a viewer of a stream in China that donates all of their money to a streamer they're obsessed with. We even see that happen in the States too, sometimes, on like Twitch. That's happened a couple of times that I recall over the years. I just haven't seen to this degree where it's the family's entire life savings, then they're committing crime in order to keep going through this fixation. Like, it's scary. Like, that, it is terrifying. Another thing that got me stinking and thinking was about the streamer here who received the $550,000. Now knowing what's been publicized about the individual who donated it, do you think the streamer is going to give it back? I feel like, you know, the money was stolen from the family and then stolen from Copper. Probably should give it back, I would think, but I don't know if there's any, like, obligation to do it or anything, so I'm just kind of wondering how that's going to play out. Hopefully the family whose life savings have been drained here on this degeneracy can get that money back, because they didn't deserve that. That's horrible. That's awful. So anyway, just want to talk about this. Crime comes in all shapes and sizes like animal crackers
You have your serious crimes, like murder and cheating in Marvel Rivals. You have your not-so-serious crime, like smoking weed or crossing the street at a not-specified cross. And then you have your unforgivable Omega-level mutant crimes, like what I just learned about last night that happened in the UK. This is the curious case of the evil cyber farter. Yeah, it's a real thing. This lady got arrested for cyber farting, and it's quite a fascinating deep dive. UK woman gets 12-month term for cyber farting at X. What an interesting night we're having already. What? What does that even mean? It's the first ever case of cyber farting. That's the actual term they're calling it. That's not like a meme or anything. It's in the Economic Times. Well, first of all, like, how do you even cyber fart? And second of all, why would it be a criminal case of cyber farting? 25-year-old woman in the UK has pled guilty in a case described as the first of its kind involving cyber farting. The woman, Rhiannon Evans, man, I can't read. Watching the Soup Bandit and the way that she speaks English has actually deteriorated my frontal lobe here. I'm struggling. Wow. Rhiannon... I know I've gone illiterate. Fuck. She hit me with the stupid neurons. They were contagious. Rhiannon Evans was ordered to pay nearly €300 after admitting to sending videos of herself passing gas to her ex-boyfriend's partner. No, to her, I can't read. To her boyfriend's ex-partner. The court also sentenced Evans to a 12-month community order along with a 2-year restraining order. Additionally, she must attend 15 rehabilitation sessions and observe a 60-day alcohol abstinence period. The incident occurred over the Christmas and New Year period, starting on December 22nd, continuing through the 1st. Evans sent multiple videos to Deborah... I'm not gonna try. I'm interrupting this life-changing broadcast to bring you an important announcement. Our soap is fully restocked. Cheeky is available again. Rejoice. It's available at usecheeky.com. We've also introduced a soap tray and a fragrance-free soap. It's called just soap, because that's all it is. There's no fragrances. It's for people that have allergies to fragrances or scents. Also, by popular demand, we have turned on international shipping, but beware, sports fans. It's very fucking expensive. We make all of our soap here in America, so international shipping is no joke when it comes to prices. But people said that they really want that, so we turned it on, but you will probably be paying more for shipping than you are for the actual soap. And that's not us, by the way. We don't set the shipping price. That's just old Uncle Sam coming into our buttholes here and charging an arm and a leg to ship internationally. But anyway, Cheeky's fully restocked. Use Cheeky.com for the best bars of soap ever made. So it's because she broke wind and sent it to this lady unsolicited? So I guess like it's more of like a harassment charge, not so much... Like the farting wasn't really the issue, I don't think. I guess it was the harassment? I don't know. What an interesting case. Didn't you fart under oath in court? Man, this is how rumors start. No, brother. I didn't fart in court. When I went to court in the Carl Jobst versus Billy Mitchell lawsuit, Billy Mitchell's team used my fart as evidence. I was not in there passing gas. So if you look into the case and you go to the Billy Mitchell team, you will see actual ass. It was on day 6 of the trial when I was called in as a witness. Still such a badass picture. But yeah, this is entered into the official evidence from Billy Mitchell's team. I did not fart in court. His team submitted it for some reason. The videos caused her distress and anxiety, leading her to contact the police. Prosecutor Diane Williams stated that the videos were considered indecent or grossly offensive. Describing one of the clips, she said, "She proceeds to pass gas by placing the camera on her bottom and passing the gas." Over a span of days, Evans sent multiple similar videos, each showing her smiling at the camera while passing wind. Evans' attorney, Harriet Gorst, Man, that's some goofy shit. Harriet Gorst attributed the incident to ongoing issues between Evans' partner, and her regarding child contact. Gorst stated at the time she sent these videos she had some drinks and she sent them, understanding now this has caused the victim some distress. She sent them without malicious intent. However, the prosecution disagreed, with Williams stating, "It was purely malicious. She was smirking throughout, found it hilarious, but the victim didn't." Why? Why wouldn't she find that hilarious? It's a fart. That is inherently silly. Like, yeah, it's weird to just get sent one by someone you don't really know and don't really like. But I gotta be honest, I don't know if it's criminal. I wouldn't go that far. You hear about the plant in Sydney that reeks of socks and garbage that had 3-hour-long lines of people coming to smell it. Why? No. Why? Why is that like an event people would want to line up for to smell stink? In a victim impact statement, she expressed her desire to feel safe in my home. I can't sleep with the flatulence boogeyman lurking via cyberspace. I feel jeopardized. The court ordered Evans to pay €100 in compensation and then €200 in court costs. She must also complete 15 rehab sessions and abstain from alcohol for 2 months. Additionally, a 2-year restraining order prevents Evans from contacting her. Imagine going to rehab for cyber farting. That's almost insulting to the whole idea of rehabilitation. Imagine that being on your record. Yeah. She's gonna have a hard time finding employment. The cyber farter is gonna brand her for life. A damn shame. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time, as they say. Look at the photo of the cyber farter. She looks guilty. Is it in this article or it's a different article? Let me see. 25-year-old learns fate in first ever fart selfie.
We will leave no
case.
stone unturned until the people responsible are caught.
This is the latest from the newsroom. The Premier of New South Wales.
Okay, here. Is this her? Is that the cyber farter?
Rihanna was arrested at her home in Carnarvon and will be sentenced this week.
That's so crazy to me. Imagine wasting police resources to go catch the cyber farter. Arrested in her home. She must have been so fucking confused. What do you mean I can't just fart? What happened to this country? There's a membership debate. Can't film myself farting anymore? I imagine they broke in like that meme where like the authorities kick in the door and like rappel down and then smash a vase against the wall. She's reaching for her ass! Don't let her! Get her! Get her! Shoot! Shoot! She's gonna fucking do it! Thousands line up to smell plant that reeks of gym socks and rotting garbage. This looks like that shit from Harry Potter when that lady lifts it up and it starts squealing. Tall, pointed, and smelly, the corpse flower is scientifically known as Amorphophallus titanum, or bungabanki. Bungabankai. Bankai? Holy shit! This is serious then. 20,000 admirers filing past for a moment in her increasingly pungent presence.
That she's starting to open, and we have been waiting for this.
Yes, we have.
Species of the horticultural variety.
I think everyone here at the Royal Botanic Gardens Sydney won't be sleeping tonight.
I know what she means. They're so excited they won't be able to sleep. But I love the idea that this thing smells so fucking bad that it stains the people's nostrils and they never sleep again and then just eventually die. See, like, that'd be a cool SCP spin on it. Here's the resub. Temelis. Flower of Nurgle. Yeah. I really want to smell it. I feel like the smells is, like, very overhyped on shit. So, like, when we did that Sir Strumming video, I went in there kind of expecting it to not be as bad as people make it seem on YouTube. And it wasn't. Same with the durian. I feel like smells are just, like, a really overhyped thing, or I'm just smell blind, and it doesn't bother me as much. Wes Watson has been arrested. It happened last night while I was streaming, so it was a beautiful little present that we got to engage with and go down the rabbit hole on. And today, the rare super specimen alpha male was negotiating a bail with his lawyer to the judge. John Bravo covered it, and I want to show you a little bit of that bond hearing before showing you about the arrest. This is all tying back to that brutal assault he had on the 7-foot monster who accepted Wes Watson's challenge to fight him. The 7-foot monster went there expecting a 1v1. It was not a 1v1. Wes Watson was surrounded by the goof troop, who beat him mercilessly with weight belts, dumbbells, and striking him in the head numerous times, upwards of 40 times, while he was down on the ground. And when the 7-foot monster was crawling away after everything was said and done, even though this had already been done and dusted, Wes Watson came back with a soccer kick that absolutely could have killed him, and it led to a facial fracture and concussion. Now, he has been arrested for felony battery.
Wes Watson, the piece of shit. He was in court this morning. They fuck up everywhere. They don't even see the guy has a prior, okay? But again, this is not a trial. This is just him begging and pleading with his bitch lawyer to try to get a bail for it.
I believe Mr. Watson has numerous defenses, including stand your ground, self-defense, and consent to this charge. I understand the state's theory. However, this individual came to Mr. Watson for the specific purpose of challenging him in a street fight.
Objection! I'm gonna hit you with that Phoenix right, because that's just not the whole truth, nothing but the truth. That's a fucking fib. Wes Watson has a history of challenging everyone who gadooshes him to fight him. He openly challenges tons and tons of people to come to his gym to fight him. And the 7-foot monster was one of those people that accepted the challenge. Yes, he filmed it. Yes, he was the one that pushed Wes Watson first, but he didn't strike Wes Watson. He approached him, they got into a verbal argument, he shoved Wes, and then that was the end of him attacking Wes. Then it was Wes and his 3 friends hitting him with dumbbells, weight belts, getting him to the floor and striking him in the head as many times as possible in like 2 minutes, and then Wes coming back after it was all over to soccer kick him in the head again. I truly don't believe that you can make a sound argument for self-defense when you watch the entirety of that footage. Now, this is not a trial, I recognize that. This is him just trying to get bail so he can post it. But they really do fuck up. They didn't know he had a prior? How? Wes Watson brags about his prior, the 7 years he spent in jail. He brags about that more than someone who peaked in high school who can't stop recounting the glory days of being the high school quarterback like 40 years ago. He will not stop talking about how much time he spent in jail, yet somehow they didn't know he had a prior?
Your Honor, I don't see any local or out-of-county priors here. I would defer to the court and just simply ask for the stay-away order.
The victim suffered a face fracture, concussion, and 2 black eyes, but it looks like you have a very valid legal argument, Mr. Gottlieb.
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask for an ROR.
$2,500 count 1, $2,500 count 2 with the stay-away order.
Okay, I just want to, just real quick.
Mr. Watson, please don't make any statements. You and I can talk about it. Thank you, sir.
Sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. I'll make sure your bond is arranged. Thank you, Your Honor.
Wes just couldn't help himself. He wanted to yap so badly. I bet he was offended that they didn't see his prior. He was probably going to correct them like, excuse me, Your Honor. This is a load of bullshit. I am a rich stud. I spent 7 years in the slammer, and now look at me. I'm driving 10 Bugattis, and I'm teaching men how to be like me, damn it. The super stud. I went to jail for 7 years. Don't you forget it. I mean this with no exaggeration. Him being in jail for 7 years is probably his proudest achievement. He does not shut the fuck up about it. He is always mentioning how he was in jail for 7 years. So I actually think he was hurt that they didn't see his prior. Now, this again was just for bail. I'm sure he's very happy with how this went down, but I'm hoping that when this does go to trial, they won't be making fuck-ups like this. They won't be making errors like overlooking the 7 years he had already spent locked up. Anyway, though, let's go over his actual arrest here. We did a nice dive into it on stream, so enjoy. It really is just a wonderful thing watching Wes Watson get arrested. Alright, Wes Watson lolcow update. Apparently he's getting arrested. Wes Watson has been allegedly arrested by Miami PD an hour ago. Witnesses confirmed he was put in the back of the car. Reason unknown. Probably has something to do with the blatant assault that was on camera. With Wes Watson, it could be a number of things. Maybe it isn't the assault that we watched. Maybe he was, I don't know, hooping paperwork in the bathroom of the gym and someone reported him for it. It really could be anything. The police gadooshing him. Yeah, he just can't stop. He's a gadoosh magnet. And what's really sad and almost poetically beautiful, Wes Watson isn't really a known name, so there's not a single article written about his arrest. It just comes from Ballbusters with 20 likes. You gotta check the county, you have to check the county mugshot to see his charges. Okay. Oh, here we go. Yep, they got it here already. They did all the hard work. Alright. So they got him on battery and aggravated assault, which is what we saw in that footage where he beat that man with weight belts and then his friends were also beating him and he was soccer kicking his head when he was on the ground. What an alpha male, Wes. What an alpha male. But he's back at home. He spent, what, 10 years in jail, and he talked about how much he loved it. Talked about how he'd always, like, show his butthole around or whatever. Whatever he liked to brag about. How good he was at hooping his paperwork. I'm sure he's happy. I bet he is going to be more comfortable in that cell than in his $90,000 or $900,000 a month rented mansion or whatever it is. I already forgot. Numbers always change. 5'8", lol. I mean, everyone knew he was short. Did he pretend he wasn't? That's not surprising. You can literally see him next to people and recognize he's not tall. He's taller than you. Yeah, barely. And I'm short. He used to say he was 6 foot. Oh, Wes. That's so sad. You want to know something even more sad? He's probably not actually 5'8". He's probably closer to my height at 5'6". They probably had him in his fucking clown shoes, giving him an extra 2 inches. Kind of like what they do for basketball stats, where they just put your height like a little inch or 2 taller. Oh, the mugshot! Oh, see, he looks happy. He looks at peace. This is actually the happiest I've seen him look in, what, months? Because usually he's red in the face, melting down, talking about getting gadooshed by Redditors. He's just perpetually on edge. Even when he's talking to his girl that he rents, he's always, like, mad. And he's always trying to, like, prove something. But here, he looks, like, so serene. He's in his happy place again. He's back in jail, baby! I'm excited to see what they set his bond at. This is fresh, too. This is straight off the press. We got boots on the ground right now for this. How'd they get him? Well, it was filmed. They have multiple angles of him beating the shit out of a man, soccer kicking his head while he's already on the ground and hitting him with weight belts. John Bravo counted it. What was it? 48 hits to the head? From Wes alone? It was something like that. God, it is crazy how he replies to every single person in text messages. I want to be able to identify men by their assholes easier. Nice. That is something Wes said. In Wes's own words, he said people used to identify him not by his face, but his asshole when he was locked up. He would brag about that. He really is a lolcow. He is. He responds to every single DM, every single text message, everything. And then when someone finally takes him up on his infamous "come fight me, bro," he has his friends jump him and they hit him with weapons, dumbbells and weight belts, and then kicking his head while he's on the ground for like 45 seconds, delivering well north of 40 plus blows to the head and 4 soccer kicks. Also, he literally did say that verbatim. I even played the clip. Okay, here. I got him again from my same phone number I pranked him on a month ago. I'm interested in coaching. Let me know and you can go over more details. What's up, bro? What's your main focal point? I'm 5'5", 240. I eat cupcakes, chips all day. I beat my stick 8 times a day. Sometimes I even drink it because it tastes good and I'm a freak, but I want to break that habit. Are you messing with me or do you really do that last part you texted me? Don't waste my time. I really do it. Oh my god, I'm not reading all this. Jesus. $5,999 a month. Or, great deal, $15K for 3 months. Whoa. Wait, I gotta stop the music for that. That's a steal. That's an incredible deal. He's just giving he's giving his juice away. He's getting this Krabby Patty secret formula into the hands of desperate men for such a low cost, only $6,000 a month. Holy. Okay, I'll do the 12 months for $40K. Great, you need it. Okay. Oh, is this where the leaf blower meme comes from? Is this the genesis? Do I need a leaf blower to start? Do I need to rent escorts? Do I need to rent supercars? Do I need to rent a mansion? Do I need to beef with Reddit users daily? Do I need to scream at people on Instagram? Do I need to drive around my rental in circles? Does every body part need to be tatted? Do I need to use Metal Gear Solid exclamation points, basically, after every sentence? Do I need to turn gay? Do I need to link up with Lados and Nick and circle jerk with him at Elevation? Also, will Diddy be there? I knew you were a troll. You're nothing but a beta bitch. Fuck off and keep being a pussy. You'll never be anything in life. And then a picture of a leaf blower. This is not real. Nope, it is. Wes Watson, if he wasn't in jail right now, you could test it yourself. If you DM'd him saying like, hey, I'm looking for coaching, he would respond being like, yes, for only $6,000 a month. What do you want? And if you just like hit him with anything like you're a bitch, you'd be like, all right, well, then, and then he'll go on like Instagram and post a story. So I had this bitch come at a stud like me. Can you believe this? Oh my god. Daily. Actually, I'm gonna check his Instagram right now. I'm gonna wager a guess he has nothing shy of 30 stories just today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Just shy. We just missed it. It's crazy. But here he is. I don't know I wonder what he's complaining about.
You'll understand there's a fucking point there. And I know the answer to all of this shit, but you guys don't seem to. You guys keep falling.
It's just because you're a galaxy brain, Wes. No one goes to jail more effectively than you, brother. Yeah, he does that like 30 times a day, at least. Unfortunately, his arrest is going to make it so he's going to fall short of his quota of stories on Instagram, unfortunately. But, you know, it is what it is. When you're a stud like Wes, sometimes you gotta go into the slammer every now and then. It would be over 30 if he wasn't in jail for the past 2 hours. Yeah. Yeah. He got felony charges, lol. Yep. I know. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Wonder how many people send him the 6K. I don't know how many people send him the 6K, but there's a lot of dudes that try and suck on his meat and try and do exactly what he does. So there's like an old guy that this subreddit was clowning on for a while. I forgot his name. I'm sure if I scrolled down far enough, I could just come across him. But there's a couple dudes that do literally what Wes Watson does one-to-one, even mimicking the way he speaks. Like his voice intonation, everything. One-to-one. Arrest and body cam footage. Zoinks. Oof. Like eating a Burger King meal, that was not good at all. And it's really surprising. When I first heard that Jidion got arrested and that there was body cam footage of it, I just assumed that it was going to be over something wacky, weird, or maybe something trivial, because Jidion like works collaboratively with law enforcement from what I've seen. So surely if anyone knew about like lawful activity and shit, it would probably be him. So I thought maybe like some kind of misunderstanding or, you know, something going just tits up out of nowhere, but ultimately it'd be easy to see where he was coming from and be on his side about it. But after watching the footage, that's just not the case at all. I like Jidion. I've said this quite a bit. He's a reformed prankster, and hallelujah for that, because that is extraordinarily rare. Typically, when someone experiences success like Jidion, who blew up online because of pranks, they stick with that forever. But in Jidion's case, at the height of his popularity, he decided to walk the path of God. He found his faith again, and over time decided to make a drastic change and stopped doing that content, which I think is extremely admirable and something that you just do not see happen. It doesn't happen, period. And now these days, his content focuses on having predators arrested. So he's worked to catch a lot of really, really evil bad people. And the vigilante predator catching community is something that's blown up online over the years, obviously, and in a lot of cases it's handled extremely poorly, where the predators don't get arrested. They instead just get milked. The content creator latches onto their udders and starts fucking draining their balls of all the piss possible so they can monetize the shit out of it out the wazoo online, without any care for doing it properly and getting them arrested. So they continue to still be a danger to children around them. In Jidion's case, I really felt like, while yes, he is clearly making a lot of money off doing this, he is also handling it in a way where these predators do get arrested. So I know a lot of people criticize, like, the reason behind it, like, are they actually doing it for justice and to try and protect anyone, or is it just for their own financial self-gain? Which is a perspective I can totally understand. That is a very valid thing to be bringing up. I would argue, though, that the good outweighs the bad when it's handled properly and they actually get arrested. So in Jidion's case, I would say that even if the motive has been money, which I'm not entirely sure if that's why he's doing it, I do get a sense that he genuinely cares. The fact that many of the predators that he has investigated has led to actual jail time and arrest, taking them out of positions where they can continue to prey on children, is obviously a good thing to get them out of there. So, I do like Jidion, but boy howdy, this arrest in body cam is a very bad look, unfortunately, and it's something that I do want to yap about now that I've become aware of it. Oh, they got him on code blue cam. Famous YouTuber gets himself and all his crew arrested.
Just how far people are willing to go to film content.
I don't understand all this, dude. Something so stupid over some, like, YouTube views.
Oh, whoa, YouTube view, that's worth more than gold, brother. You don't even look that old. What do you mean? YouTube views is the most important currency there is. People die over that. People fucking kill each other over that shit daily. This ain't a game, man. What do you mean?
When a man named Joe contacts Woodhaven police officers from a local McDonald's in Michigan, claiming that his nephew and his friends are stalking him. His nephew is 30-year-old Kenneth Chambers, who runs the YouTube channel Skeeter Gene, which currently has around 2.5 million subscribers and is well known for doing sting operations. Joe tells the officers that Skeeter and his friends have been following him and filming him throughout the day. Over the past several months, Skeeter has amassed millions of views on his channel by posting videos about his uncle. But Skeeter and his friend and collaborator, 25-year-old...
So is it... Hold on, let me read that title again. I exposed my own uncle. So is his uncle caught in one of the pedophile stings, or what's going on here?
About his uncle. But Skeeter and his friend and collaborator, 25-year-old Jidion...
Streaming inside squatter's house until he leaves. Is that the uncle then? Is that Joe? So is he a squatter?
Decade or so, he's been financially exploiting and abusing my grandmother, who was also his mother. And before that, he was doing the same thing to his grandmother, which...
And he's a Red Wings fan. You forgot to mention that. He is also a Red Wings fan. Are you kidding me? Uh-oh. It's serious.
Is my great-grandmother.
Skeeter explains that despite repeated warnings from the family, his Uncle Joe refused to leave his grandmother's house and had been squatting there for months. So, he decided...
I was gonna go over there and kick his ass myself. But then I thought, wait a minute, I have a YouTube channel.
I can get views, yeah, of course.
So I can just expose him on the internet and make some money off of him.
But according...
Okay. How's that going? You're making money off him, but are you actually helping your grandmother? I'm new to this here, but it doesn't seem like it. It seems like it's more about you making money off of your grandmother being exploited than actually getting the fucking problem solved. Am I crazy? That's what it's looking like immediately here.
According to Skeeter, when Joe still refused to vacate the home, he came up with a plan alongside Jidion to solve the problem once and for all. He moved Jidion into his grandmother's house, eventually forcing Joe to leave the property and end up at McDonald's. But
there we go, he
according to Joe,
evacuated.
The harassment did not stop there. He claimed Skeeter, Jidion, and their film crew continued following and filming him at the restaurant, ultimately provoking him to call the authorities. But one of the officers soon notices an orange sedan following them as they transport Joe to the Woodhaven Police Department, where a friend is supposed to pick him up. Shortly afterward, Skeeter and Jidion arrive at the station with a large group of people, demanding to speak with Joe. By then, Joe has already left for McDonald's again, and when the detective tells them that Joe is not at the station, Jidion mentions filing a missing persons report, arguing that officers had taken Joe away from the house.
Yeah, Joe went missing. You guys stole him.
What?
Where did they take him, JV? I might have JV like go make like missing people. You know Joe?
Yeah, I know Joe.
We're trying to find him. He's hiding from us.
Yeah, he's not in here, I promise.
You promise?
Yes.
You pinky promise?
Yes.
I
take pictures of him.
Alright, I'm so confused, but he's not in the house either, so what's the point? That's like the whole goal, right? To get him out of the house? Mission accomplished? What does this do? Now, I don't understand why they're going across town now, looking to file a missing persons report and bother fast food employees trying to locate this guy. I guess, yeah, maybe just to keep farming him.
Pinky promise.
Yes, Joe's not in here.
I don't trust her. Is it cool if I check real quick just to make sure?
Yeah.
I can? I'm gonna just check real quick, okay?
It's around 3 p.m. now, over 4 hours since this situation first began, and as an officer arrives at the restaurant to speak with Joe again, he has no idea that Skeeter and Jidion are about to bring the storm.
I thought for sure that was Jack Doherty. I was gonna say, what the fuck is he doing there? I like Jidion here, but I truly don't understand what this is. I really don't get this. If the goal was to get him out, you got him out. Why are we farming him at fucking McDonald's? This doesn't really seem like it's actually to try and get justice or try and get him out of the house.
They're at his house and they're not doing anything illegal. It's just super annoying. They're trying to get him riled up so they get their YouTube views. We're just trying to find somewhere for Joe to go because they have access to the house. They're allowed to be there, and so is Joe. So we can't make something.
Yeah, squatters fucking suck. I'm all for annoying the shit out of squatters. Do whatever it takes to get them out of the house. I've yapped about squatters so much, bro. I'm not gonna talk your ear off on it for the 100th time, but this is just, it really doesn't feel like it's about that. It genuinely does just feel like it's trying to farm him for views off of it, because there's just no reason to be chasing around like fucking restaurants and shit. So they got the Modern Warfare 2 UAV online here, and they are tracking Joe down. They are sniffing him out, hunting him down, and they eventually... It all bubbles over in the Thunderdome McDonald's, which elicits a big old question mark for me. I don't fucking get it. Just like items on the top shelf of my kitchen, I don't get it. Like, really, why chase him around? Why fucking follow him around the town here like it's some kind of tailing mission in Assassin's Creed? Like, getting a squatter out is something that I think everyone understands and can get behind. You know, that's a big old pat on the ass moment, because squatters, for some reason, it becomes such a tricky landmine in the legal system where they end up having more tenant rights than you do as the homeowner. And it's so fucking convoluted, it's so messy, it is disgusting. So, I think most people understand wanting to annoy squatters and do what you can on your own to take care of it, since the system doesn't like to actually do anything about it. So oftentimes it does end up with people taking matters into their own hands to try and solve the issue, which it seems like in the beginning that was the goal, but it's clearly morphed into something else, which is now just making a big spectacle out of it to farm as much money and as many YouTube views out of it as possible. And Joe is obviously no peach. He's a real piece of work. This guy, I'm only just now learning about him through these videos, but this guy doesn't really seem like a saint or anything. But even still, like, they were in the wrong chasing him around to, like, fucking McDonald's and shit and trying to send, like, army of children in there to, like, bypass getting trespassed. Like, everything that you could do wrong was done wrong here.
Those shelters, none really close to here. But he said that his buddy was trying to find somewhere and trying to keep Joe out of the spotlight. So, yeah. Yep. He'll be out if they're not. Yeah. So, thank you so much for the help. I really appreciate it.
Good example. Yeah, the Asian Andy squatter. That's fucking iconic at this point. Yeah, the Asian Andy squatter. That, I think, is... That honestly was handled, like, super well. Like, legitimately. That was handled really well. This is not so far.
Appreciate it.
While Joe has stepped out to run an errand, the officer later learned from the restaurant manager that Jidion and his film crew had returned to the McDonald's multiple times looking for him. The manager told officers that despite being asked to leave and informed them that they could not record on McDonald's private property, they continued live streaming. The group is then seen returning to the police station once again, demanding to see Joe. Believing they may head back to the McDonald's in search of him, the officer returns to the restaurant to keep watch.
All right, we're gonna go back and deal with them. Hopefully we can see what we can do about getting them out of there, but we'll see.
And soon, a large group arrives back at McDonald's, but this time, the officers are ready.
What's the problem?
McDonald's doesn't want you guys on the property, so you guys gotta leave.
Is he here?
Doesn't matter where he's at. McDonald's does not want you on the property. You guys have to leave. You're gonna be...
Who's you guys? Can you be more specific?
You.
So they said these people?
Him, yes. You guys cannot be on the property.
Hey!
Or they're gonna arrest you.
Do you guys want some McDonald's? Y'all wanna go inside real quick?
You're gonna be arrested for trespassing if you go in there.
Bro, why? You don't have any, like no offense, officer, but like, do you genuinely have nothing better to do? Like,
do you have anything better to do?
Officer, you're actually like supposed to protect and serve.
All right, get off the property. You guys are gonna be arrested for trespassing.
Okay, we'll leave the property, but like, I'm just trying to figure out, do you have anything better to do? Because this is like a...
Yeah, they told you earlier that they don't want you guys on the property, so you guys gotta leave.
Because you've been camping out there for like 20 minutes, wasting taxpayer dollars.
I'm there for about 5. You guys need to leave. You guys are gonna be arrested for trespassing.
It's crazy how you don't arrest a squatter. That's crazy. Here, let's just stand on the sidewalk.
But the warning has little...
Yeah, if you want to make a statement about squatter and the squatter's rights being egregious, preach. Completely agree. This is just super not productive to that conversation. This is actually just not a good look so far. That's sad, man. Like I said, I like Jidion. I don't really understand what he thought he was doing here.
Effect. Soon Jidion is seen standing on the sidewalk yelling, creating a disturbance, and stopping vehicles attempting to enter McDonald's to patronize the business. At the same time, officers notice 2 members of the film crew attempting to enter the restaurant with their cameras, prompting them to make their move.
Let's see if there's some McJoes in there.
We gotta go arrest Joe.
Chat, man, is this what you want your tax dollars to go to?
Jesus, this
Cops
is so fucking
camping out
cringe.
at McDonald's to protect the squatter. He's in there? Really? Should we give them the camera? Yo, do me a favor, Be very careful. Just wear this as a backpack. You didn't trespass them, so shut the f up! Bro, you haven't been trespassed.
We're good. What am I?
Just walk inside.
Just to get on my video?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But make sure y'all stick together.
Is that backpack like 30 grand?
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
They have not.
The jumping up and down,
hold on.
emoting to the officers about it.
Come back.
Oh no.
Bro, they're really protecting Joe.
And he's recruiting like a bunch of kids to do this.
Officer, never trespass them. You can't trespass somebody.
1212 dispatch. We're gonna have one detained at this point.
Officer, you cannot trespass somebody.
Captain, we're detained.
Is he going too, Mitchell?
Here, give me my backpack, my man. This is a violation. You cannot arrest somebody that never went inside and was never trespassed. Ma'am, they are arrested children that never went inside of a McDonald's. Call the DA and see how fast that gets dropped, you dumbasses.
Okay.
Call the DA and see how fast that gets dropped.
Taking these 3?
Watch. Call the DA and see how fast that gets dropped.
He's yelling, so he's being disorderly. Yeah, everybody's looking.
Well, we gotta get charged with
This is absolutely...
What are you arrested for? Disorderly person. You're out here yelling.
Disorderly. You're under arrest for being disorderly.
Freedom of speech. You can yell on the sidewalk.
Sitting here causing a scene.
On the sidewalk?
Yep.
So you can't yell? Officer.
Jeepers.
Officer, how fast do you think this is going to get dropped? Do you really think this charge is going to stick? Do you guys really think this is going to stick? Sure, we have a do you want to waste your DA's time? I am a multi-millionaire. I promise you. I can take this as far as you want. Officer, you will be in a deposition and you will be arrested. This is...
Oh, that's minus 1,000 aura. No, 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 man. What? Actually just dropped a "do you know who I am" type line. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Once I got to bringing this out in public, I got fucked. Like I said, I can't wrap my head around what he's even thinking. He's just like recruiting a bunch of kids to start going in there into the McDonald's to film. The workers don't want them in there. Even if Joe's in there, like, why can't you just respect that? Like, you're not doing anything to prevent Joe from squatting at this point. You are literally just stalking him and bothering all of the normal employees and people in the McDonald's for Jidion's views. And then he just dropped the "I'm a multi-millionaire" line. I don't know what went so wrong.
Here, back here.
No! Call Jake and have him get my lawyer! Call Jake and get my lawyer!
Is this really the route you want to go, officer?
Yep.
Okay. Do you want to waste taxpayer dollars?
Yep.
Officer,
For a second, I thought he was going to say, "I'm going to need your badge and gun. You're fired." Jidion fires the officer.
Your foot in.
I can't even fit in here.
Get your foot in.
Officer, I'm too big.
Put your foot that way. Let's
officer,
go.
I can't. I'm not trying to be. Here, I'm not resistant, officer. I promise
Let's
you.
go.
It is literally my body autonomy. I cannot move. Can you just put my handcuffs in the front?
No.
And it'll make it so much easier.
Turn your body.
You have to turn and scoot that way.
Have you guys consulted with the DA?
We don't have a DA.
You don't have a district attorney?
No.
You have a state attorney.
There's no district attorneys down here.
What about state attorney?
Go. Put your feet in. Let's go.
Wait, where are they? That didn't go well. That dialogue tree option got exhausted really fast.
Officer, I'm telling you, I can't move.
Harvey Dent.
There you go.
Yeah, let me get Harvey Dent on the horn.
Bro, you pushing me is not going to do anything. Bro, officer, you're actually hurting me.
Come on.
Officer, I can't move.
Yes, you can. Scoot
okay,
in
can I step out and then slide in?
Yeah, step out and slide in.
Bro, hey, bro.
Set your butt in first.
I sat inside. Yo, call Jake and get my lawyer.
Hey, get him.
So here's something else I don't understand. Skeeter Jean is not even here. So like this isn't even about the squatter anymore. What is going on? He went rogue. This is like a solo side quest. He is just not on camera. Oh, he is? He is still there? Okay.
Some of them try to make sense of the situation.
I haven't seen him in a single one of these clips.
So we got 4? I got 4 right now. This is absurd, dude. Was he arresting him too?
Oh, get out and get off the property now.
Yes, sir. I was not a part of this.
Then you better walk away quickly.
Yes, sir. I was just in the car. I'll leave. Hey, Dad, do you mind? Actually, never mind. I'll walk home.
Now you're impeding traffic. Poundstown unit, can you light this black SUV up right here for us? Good. He's pulling up and stopping him for us.
Mind yourself. We were just trying to pick our friend up.
Okay, well, you can't stop in the middle of the road.
Okay.
So he wasn't here. He just arrived. So he must have heard what happened and then showed up. I am flabbergasted at how many people showed up here from stream sniping Jidion. I don't know if he had like made it like a public thing, like, guys, come on, roll through, and turning it into like, you know, fucking Fire Fest of squatters or something here. But like 50 kids come through here, like it was fucking trunk or treat. There were so many kids that showed up that were getting like recruited by Jidion to like go into the McDonald's, let's go, you know, find Joe, that kind of thing. Where's Waldo? Let's go get him, that kind of shit. And it ends up being like an entire raid wipe. Like the entire raid just gets wiped here. The cops start like dispersing them. A few of them get arrested in addition to Jidion. So now they've got an issue on their hands for showing up and like buying into this and going along with it. It's just such a mess. I get being frustrated with squatters, but this is just not the way, not at all. I mean, yeah, he's not squatting in the McDonald's. Exactly.
If you guys aren't getting food, get out.
No, we are. You saying what? We're just kind of confused. Yeah, I was just asking what was going on.
How many people showed up for
All this
this?
stuff too?
It's like 50 dudes.
We were staying at the house, and then we just pulled up.
And I gave it to them. They're all still out there.
Oh, it's
yeah,
Joe.
I'm gonna hang out with him for a little bit. I don't know if I should. Oh, what about Skeeter? Where did he go?
I have no idea where he went. The ones that came up on the property after
Did you ticket him?
I think you got a ticket. I don't know. The ones that came up on the property and were causing disturbance on the property are the ones that went to jail. I don't even know honestly who we have. We got quite a few. So.
All right, thank you.
Yep. If they come back into the.
What about this black guy over here? He was at the house.
Well,
and the guy with the glasses.
Yeah, I gotcha. So
he was at the house.
The problem was that they were here, and the ones that were causing an issue here is who went with us right now, because they could have been at the house. They're allowed at the house because someone.
Joe looks like he just crawled out of a time machine, bro. This guy looks like he just left Jumanji.
Not to come on the property here, and they were on the property and they were causing a disturbance.
They're allowed to come on my property. Right.
Joe does seem like a big ol' asshole, though. I'll tell you what, man. I will tell you what. They should have just taken a page out of the Asian Andy playbook for the right way to handle a squatter.
Am I officially under arrest?
Yes, sir. I guess.
Okay.
You're for breach of peace is what it sounds like, all right? Breach of peace.
Even though I was on a public easement. Okay. What is the officer's name that arrested me?
You'll get all that when we get back to this station.
Okay. I just want you guys to know that once this case gets dropped, I am going to get a constitutional rights lawyer, and I'm going to go after you guys' qualified immunity, and you guys will be in a deposition. You will have to answer for that because the DA is not going to take this case. It's going to get dropped. When it gets dismissed, I am going for your qualified immunity. And
damn, it's like some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2 right there. Telling you what's about to happen. Has it worked out like that so far?
Seen them go that way.
Okay.
They set up the music equipment and speakers upstairs.
Yeah, I was there for that earlier today.
This is what I just don't understand. He has been at this McDonald's for presumably hours now. He is not in the house. Why not just change the locks? If he is a squatter in that house, change the fucking locks. You've done the hard part. You got him out. Like, what is that guy's name? Flash? The squatters guy, Flash Steel? What is his name? I can't remember his name, but there is a guy who literally does this for a living for people that have squatters. He goes in, he annoys them to the point they leave, and then while they're out, he then takes it back from them. And something you can do, if he is a squatter, it is literally not his house, but this is a civil matter, so the police can't do anything. Like, there's a ton of things you can do. You can take their stuff out of the house, move it outside. What the fuck is that guy's name? Flash something. Flash Shelton, thank you. Yeah, Flash Shelton. This guy actually has a really cool history for how he got into it. He's the squatting the squatters guy. I don't know if he still does it. This was a while back. He has his own show on A&E. Is that real? Oh, this guy must have blown up since the last time we checked him out, like 4 years ago. But again, it is a valuable service because squatters have so much protection. Like, there are so many squatters' rights that are impossible to fucking navigate for just a normal person. And the system does nothing to actually punish it. Now, here's Charlie post-game analysis here, because on stream, multiple people mentioned that you cannot change the locks on squatters, it's illegal. And then I thought it just was like a state-by-state thing, but it looks like, no, that is actually universally condemned and is illegal. It's called self-help eviction, which is also illegal here in Florida, which is fucking mind-boggling to me, but I won't even get into that right now. What I find very surprising, though, is that you, as the homeowner, can't change the locks on a squatter when one decides to infect it. But I have seen on numerous occasions with squatters, they go in and one of the first things they do is change the locks, which apparently squatters can do, but you as the homeowner can't, because then you can get arrested and face charges if you do. You also, at least in Florida, cannot move out their items when they're away. Again, items that are unlawfully in your residence, you can't do that. This is what I'm saying, man. When it comes to squatters, there is so much baloney, like just so much fucking horseradish around it, that I am not surprised to see, like, people taking it into their own hands, like the Asian Andy thing. Like what this probably started as, trying to get a squatter out. Like, I understand that. It clearly devolved into something very different there that is pretty hard to justify or defend. But like the actual meat and potatoes of it is there is a problem with how protected squatters are, that you are very, very limited in what you can legally do to get them out. I remember not long ago, it was like a year ago, I went down this rabbit hole, I think it was on stream, maybe it wasn't, learning about this individual, this lady who went on a vacation. She took like a month vacation, and when she came back, she learned that there was a squatter in her residence. And she tried everything, exhausting all legal options. The police do not do anything about squatters. It is ruled a civil matter. The police literally can't do anything about it, even if there is a drive for them to. Like, if they really want to, they still can't. They legally cannot intervene in a squatting dispute, a squatting situation. But this lady came home, tried everything to get the squatter out, unsuccessful. This battle went on for months, financially butt-fucking her, just draining her, until eventually it made it through the system, and I think it took like over a year to get resolved. But the financial burden that placed upon her was sickening. And it feels like it should just be such a clear-cut issue. Like, squatters, I can't believe how much protection there is for squatters and how little there is for a homeowner who is the victim of a squatter. So, I'm trying not to just regurgitate what I've said millions of times about squatters at this point, but since this started with trying to get a squatter out, it feels pertinent to at least talk about it a little bit. It's fucked up.
Qualified immunity.
I am the junior person here.
I want his qualified immunity.
1363.
I know my constitutional rights. I know my rights
here. I just want to get back to your vehicle.
Officer, how can someone be trespassed that never even went inside? What sense does that make? So you unlawfully arrested those other people, and then with me, I'm on the sidewalk voicing my displeasure with this police department, and you guys...
There's no Phoenix writing your way out of this, man. There's just no point.
Is there a body camera here?
Yes, sir. It's on. It's recording right now.
Not awesome, brother.
Hey, you know when I get out, we're just going right back to the house. You know that, right? So you guys aren't accomplishing anything. You're wasting taxpayer dollars. I'd appreciate if you get my glasses. I can't see without my glasses.
Yeah, where are they?
They fell in there.
Yeah, I'll grab them.
Yo, what's good, my man? Don't worry, I'll pay for your bond. It's not gonna sit.
You guys can just come up to this counter.
Get us with the best civil rights attorney.
Yep, right there's good for me. Stay right there for 1 second.
Ultimately, Jidion Adams was charged with misdemeanor, stalking, and breach of peace. The other 3 crew members were each charged with 1 count of breach of peace as well. A judge set Jidion's bond at $10,000, which he posted to secure his release. The other 3 crew members also posted personal bonds. While Jidion was in jail, his and Skeeter's fans made hundreds of calls to the Woodhaven Police Department and Downriver Dispatch. Some callers reported fictitious crimes, including a false homicide, while others flooded the Woodhaven Police Department's Facebook page with messages. And upon his release, Jidion launched a campaign called Free Jidion, claiming it would prove his innocence and what he believed was the bias officers had shown in favor of Joe.
I'm not sure what all Jidion has said about this after the fact, but that is just horse hockey there, man. There wasn't a bias for Joe. Like, you very clearly went over the line here when it came to this squatting situation, following him around, and then routinely going into that McDonald's, trying to film it, sending an army of kids in there to also do your bidding as well. The employees didn't want you in there doing that either. Like, the actual workers that are just there trying to make a living, now getting, forced into this content to be fucking props, NPCs for this content here, where you've gone way outside the scope of, like, trying to get a squatter out of a residence. Like, it's just... There's no bias here. Like, they did what they were supposed to do. They were called about, like, this disruption here, and they trespassed you, and you kept going. So, like, obviously, this was going to just continue. Like, him and everyone that showed up kept escalating it, so it eventually did lead to these arrests. I don't think there's going to be any, like, long-lasting effects from it. I don't think Jidion or the others that got arrested are going to go to jail or anything. I imagine there will just be, like, a fine or something like that, and that'll be it. But, like, even still, it's such a easily avoidable situation because they took what is something a lot of people understand, trying to get a squatter out, and turned it into this. which is just extremely hard to defend and is just a really bad look.
2026, where his defense attorney will begin addressing the stalking and breach of peace charges. If convicted, he could face up to 93 days in jail for breaching the peace and up to 1 year in jail or a $1,000 fine for stalking.
Look at the Code Blue recent post. Oh no. Oh no. He's a member too. Oh, oh fuck. Yikes, that must have been a rough notification. Man, that's sad. That's actually sad to see, bro. No, the email's not from Jidion. It even says right there, bro. This isn't from them. I'm just saying this is still cringe. This is him. What are you talking about, proven fake? Proven fake by opening your eyes, maybe. Obviously. This is just his community members reaching out. No, he's not. There's no world where he's actually going to jail. That's not going to happen. No doubt in my mind. He's not going for 93 days in jail or a year in jail or anything like that. I have no doubt about that. This is still such a bad look. He did basically everything wrong after getting the squatter out of the house. It'll just be a fine. By the way, Joe has a violent criminal record, so sending kids there to stalk him is even worse. Even without the... That's frightening, but even without the violent criminal record, it's crazy to just start sending random kids to start doing that. Got them arrested too, which affects them in the future. No, that's not gonna last or anything. I mean, that sucks. That's definitely like a lesson learned type of moment for them, but I don't think it's going to affect their future or anything like that. You think Jidion can mend his reputation after this if he owns up to the mistakes? I don't see why not. Ultimately, he didn't hurt anyone or anything like that. This was just a extremely poorly handled and seemingly clout-driven spectacle that he was putting on here to try and farm as much money and as many views off of this situation as he possibly could, and flew a little too close to the sun. Like I said, I don't think this is not, I don't think it's unsalvageable. It is just a really bad and embarrassing look. He made a clown of himself here, which is upsetting and disappointing to see, but I imagine he'll own up to it, like I would think. I'm hoping that he will at least. Hopefully there'll be like a mature response to it from him about this. As I said, I don't think he's going to jail or anything, nor do I think the others that were arrested will see the inside of a cell either. But yeah, just a fucking mess, and really, really blew that, unfortunately. Merry Christmas! Tomorrow's the big day. I heard Santa Claus got a BBL this year, so I hope you've got the XL chimney so he can squeeze those playful butt cheeks down there and deliver his special presents for you that you've been asking for. And I even heard from a reliable little helper of his that if you leave goof juice out instead of milk and cookies, old St. Nicholas will be extra happy and might leave you bonus presents. And what if I told you that jolly old son of a bitch done paid me a visit a little early before Christmas with a gift that just can't help but put a smile on my face? A douchebag prankster just got arrested and is facing a Class 6 felony. This is the gift we've all been asking for. 'Tis the season, and they always say it's better to give than to receive. And this one brain-dead idiot fucking turbo moron prankster decided to give random people in a Walmart grocery aisle poison. Yes, spraying food with bug spray. This guy's good. He's got talent. I'm sure I don't need to educate you that bug spray isn't a safe thing to be consuming. It's literally poison. You could get very ill if you had consumed any of the food that he had sprayed with this.
I don't know how someone gets this stupid. I actually don't know how that's possible. You could be chewing on raw plutonium and I don't think it could rot your brain as much as clout does. Like, this guy, his whole Instagram page is nothing but, like, committing crimes for some internet updoots. I'll go over some of his other recent stinkers here in just a moment, but I have to focus on this for a little bit here because this is unbelievable. It seems like he got inspiration from the Tylenol murderer. You remember the Tylenol murders? Well, I'm guessing this degenerate must have viewed that guy as a prankster. I'm sure all of you know the Tylenol murders, but just in case, I'll drop a quick lore recap on it. Many moons ago, there was a villain who swapped out Tylenol capsules for cyanide and then put the bottles back on the shelf. Buyers bought them, obviously not knowing they'd been tampered with, took them, and some people died from it. This is that same DNA. He is actually just poisoning strangers. He is tampering with their food with literal poison, and that's the content. Now, real quick, let's just set everything else aside here. Just throw it all into the shitter for a moment. Who watches these videos? Who is the audience? There is nothing to even be entertained by. Let's say he wasn't using poison. Let's say he walked up to the food and he sprayed it with cologne, or he sprayed it with fart spray, so it smells all yucky like ass. Well, there's still no video there. Like, what is there to even, like, kick your feet up at? He walks up, he sprays a little bit on it, he just spritzes it, and then he walks away. That's the whole video. What do you even get entertained by? Like, who watches it? I don't know. Like, how lobotomized could you possibly be? It is just the most boring turd burger garbage ever. Nothing is even happening in the video. Like, do you also throw your hands up when you're riding the escalator from the thrill of movement? Like, just watch some fucking jingling keys at that point. Holy Lord, it makes no sense. So even if he wasn't using poison, if he was just using anything else, it would still just be a trash video and a terrible prank. I don't understand who even watches this. Like, I can almost wrap my noodle around kids being entertained by douchebags harassing people in public because they'd look at that and be like, whoa, he's bad. He's being so naughty, holy shit. But this, and this guy's whole page, which has hundreds of thousands of followers, is just another level of incomprehensible, embarrassing hoopla. Like, it's painful. If you tried to train AI on this guy's pranks, the AI would probably kill itself because it wouldn't want to subject itself to more torture and being trained on these kind of pranks. Anyway, though, goofballs being charged with 3 different crimes, a Class 6 felony, introducing poison, and 2 misdemeanors, criminal damage and endangerment. From what I understand, he could face between 5 to 20 years from what I've read for this. I am hoping they don't play softball here. Like, there needs to be some kind of precedent set that you can't just fucking poison people for a prank. Like, come on. So what happened is he filmed himself grabbing a can of bug killer, which was Hot Shot Ultra Bed Bug and Flea Killer. Then he sprayed it on fruit, vegetables, and cooked chicken. He didn't pay for the chemical spray or the contaminated food, and then he left. Apparently he had posted the video and was shocked by the reaction that people had to it. They weren't too pleased with what he'd done. According to police, once he left, he began to see comments online saying how horrible the act was, and he decided to return and collect the items. What a saint. Now, before the charges were filed, apparently the fresh food was thrown away right after, and no one was poisoned, which is actually a miracle, because there was quite a bit of time that passed between him spraying the shit with poison and leaving the store. The defendant returned about 10 minutes after he sprayed the items and attempted to collect the items he had sprayed, placed them in a shopping cart, and wheeled them back to the rear of the store to try and prevent people from taking the contaminated items. Mind you, he would not have gone back in if people didn't tell him to. If people weren't telling him that he might potentially kill somebody with this, he would have never gone back in, and people would have taken those items none the wiser and probably gotten very, very sick because, well, surprise, ingesting poison's not that good for you. And 10 minutes is a good bit of time to have passed with those contaminated items on the shelves. I can ejaculate like 3 or 4 times in 10 minutes. It's reasonable to assume that within that time frame, someone might have come in and taken one of those items and gotten super sick from it. This guy has a fucking chug jug of idiot potion at his house, and he is drinking that every single evening. How can you be so dumb that you didn't recognize that spraying poison on food can hurt people? And how could you have possibly thought even your dumbest members of your audience would think that that was a good prank? So yeah, this isn't like a small whoopsie-daisy type thing. This is something that he really needs to face real repercussions for. There needs to be an example made out of someone that does shit like this. At some point, like, we have to come together and say enough is enough. Now, TikTokers and Instagram losers are poisoning people for content. Like, there's gotta be a point where you're like, okay, we're not going to play softball. You're going to get the 5 to 10 years. Because that's what he's facing from what I've read. It's like a 5 to 10 year potential sentence. And he should absolutely get it. He should not be able to get off easy for this. Before showing you some more of his dog shit, I'd like to show you something that's probably going to make you even more furious at this guy. He admitted that he can earn between $6,000 to $10,000 a month for doing acts like these and posting them on social media. He is making substantially more money than most people working right now, just from going out there attempting to poison strangers or harassing workers or just harassing people going about their day-to-day life. I only learned about this douchebag from him being arrested, but even still, I actually gave him the benefit of the doubt on a few of these that they might be fake. But they're not. In this case, I thought what might have happened here is he filmed this random stranger putting his laundry in the washing machine, and then when he put the bacon and eggs into the clothes during the cycle, he actually didn't put it into that guy, the stranger's clothes, he put it into like his own clothes at one of a different washing machine. Which would still ruin the washing machine too, like that still would be destructive, but wouldn't be nearly as bad as just ruining this man's night, ruining his clothes at the laundromat. But what an imbecile I was for thinking that this guy might not be a gigantic asshole all of the time. His whole purpose is just making strangers' lives miserable for his content. He actually did just completely fuck this guy in the face, ruining his laundry, and you can confirm this because the guy comes in and puts his clothes in washing machine number 19, engages the cycle, and walks away. Then this douchebag comes over with the bacon and eggs, throws it into washing machine number 19, and re-engages the cycle. And you can see it right at the end that, yep, it's number 19 that he came in and just completely ruined. This is one of his shorter ones where he nearly performs a halo assassination here on this worker that's cleaning off a bench. So he jumps on him from the top turnbuckle here while he is cleaning and could have easily have broken this guy's arm. He was cleaning the table and then jumps on the area where he is still actively cleaning. If he had stretched his hand out even an inch further, he would have had his hand broken, finger broken, or arm broken.
Doing a good job.
This is his bread and butter content. This is his favorite thing in the world. He loves fucking with fast food workers. He doesn't even treat them like human beings. He treats them as less than NPCs. The way he treats fast food workers is worse than how people treat civilians in Skyrim. This guy has so many videos jumping the counter, harassing the workers. He is at his happiest when fast food workers are at their most miserable because of him. Oh, it's his favorite thing in the world. He loves it. In fact, he needs it, really. Like a plant needs the sun. He photosynthesizes fast food workers' agony into his dopamine. He has so many videos being a complete insufferable asshole to fast food workers.
Those tacos at the egg roll? Hey!
A bathroom?
Bathroom 7287.
What can I get for you? On a burrito? I got you.
This guy super sucks. You get the idea. I don't need to keep showing you a montage of his degeneracy. I'm just hoping, with fingers crossed, he gets the book thrown at him, because he should. His most recent prank would literally have injured a lot of people in a big way. I don't know if it would have necessarily killed them, depending on the amount he sprayed, I guess, but it would have been very detrimental to the health of people that consumed his poisoned products that he made for his Instagram content. It's so trash, and he deserves to go to jail for a long time because of it. Also, this loser apparently describes himself as a supervillain, so he's really proud of what he does. Could there be anything more corny than to call yourself a supervillain? What a loser! What an absolute fucking dweeb! So yeah, I really wanted to talk about this a little bit. It's bad. Just deranged individuals, absolute sick weirdos. And I just learned about a new stalker I didn't know existed until Matt sent me this video where he went to court and immediately just proclaimed he's guilty as charged. It's Caitlin Clark's stalker. And this guy looks like he was biologically engineered to end up as a lunatic stalker. He looks exactly like what you imagine, like that caricature you make in your head, of an obsessed loser.
Morning, Mr. Lewis.
Guilty as
No, sir. This is initial hearing.
Oh.
We are not. You have a right to remain silent, and I expect you to exercise that. Okay, this is just telling you what the charges are. You do not listen. I'll give you a chance to talk. Not your time.
Throw me the bookie.
Stop talking.
Buddy really thought this was going to be like his Joker moment. I bet he thought that line went really hard. Or maybe he really does recognize that the world is a better place with him locked away, because he is begging the judge to just throw the book at him. Buddy stares right down the pipe on the camera, so I'm guessing he wanted to make like a famous moment for himself out of all of this. He looks like Charles Manson if he had a Funko Pop addiction.
Charging documents lay out how prosecutors say a man, quote, terrorized, frightened, and intimidated one of the country's most popular athletes. Indiana Fever superstar Caitlin Clark. Michael Lewis faces a felony stalking charge after allegedly traveling to Indianapolis to be near her.
Now, Mr. Looney Lewis was sending threatening and sexual messages to Caitlin Clark on Twitter, mainly. And the messages, or at least some of them, are still there. Like, some of the tweets are still there. It's a ton. He very much was infatuated with her, obsessed, and even traveled to Indianapolis to be close to her. Very dangerous, unhinged shit. His most recent messages are kind of nonsensical gibberish, though I can make out the first one there, which is "you buyin'." Very much sounds like the Resident Evil 4 weapons merchant. But the one after that, "you be coffalogopus," okay? Don't know what the fuck that is. He must have just flopped his meat on the keyboard and just hit enter. That is actual nothingness. And then as you continue to scroll through his tweets, they become a little more lucid, and they are almost always directed at Caitlin Clark, directly to her, except for these two right there, where I guess he was arguing with someone. And then it's right back onto his life's mission of being in this imaginary relationship with Caitlin Clark. This is the people you're arguing with on Twitter, by the way. Assuming they're not just bots, which a lot of the platform is. The actual flesh, blood, and cringe that are just constantly fighting on Twitter like professional tweeters. This is what they look like in real life, by the way. Anyway, though, if you just scroll through his fucking Twitter, it's nothing but him talking about being with Caitlin Clark. He also has this fixation on making out. He constantly mentions, "You want to make out with me? When are we making out? Hey, let's start making out." He speaks as though the only thing he's ever watched in his life is Degrassi, and now he's under the impression that that's how people talk to one another. It's so odd. It's so weird. It just goes on and on and on. Like, these are all from the same day. Do you even like to make out? And the one before that is, once again, no spaces. Your puss needs a real good pounding. You're not into like, it's absolute insanity. He is very clearly a textbook definition of a dangerous stalker. He even went to her area to be near her. And I'm absolutely shocked that the authorities did something. They don't usually take stalking super seriously, but in this case, he's getting charged.
they apprehended him, and it looks like they are going to throw the bookie at him, as he said, which I think is great. They may have just saved her life, because these kind of people, they snap. We've seen this shit happen tons and tons of times. And how many stories have we, like on the channel, gone over where stalkers weren't taken seriously and then something really bad happened, and then all of a sudden the most preventable tragedy ever unfolds. So I'm happy to see they're actually doing something about this.
Police say he admitted it is a, quote, imaginary relationship, with dozens of posts on X directly tagging Clark, including a number of threatening and sexually explicit messages, according to prosecutors, even posting after an initial encounter with police. An attorney for Lewis hasn't been listed online.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. Usually I'm wrong, but in this case, I feel very confident. I think he's going to represent himself. I'm very certain of it. I think he's going to waive his right to an attorney and say, fuck it, we'll do it live, and he's going to do it himself. That's my prediction. We'll see how it unfolds, but I just wanted to lock that one in, so if it happens, I look like a goddamn prophet for it. Now, even outside of that short video clip, it doesn't seem the rest of the proceeding was a slam dunk for him. It was clear from just that short 30 seconds the judge was already really fed up with that behavior, but he continued to have other outbursts. He even contradicted himself, claiming that the prosecutors got the wrong guy because they didn't attach Junior to his name. Overall, he just wasn't treating it very seriously, even though he could face up to like 6 years in jail from what I was reading. But he just doesn't seem to give a fuck. So he's from Texas and apparently lives in his vehicle, drove it to Indianapolis, and was arrested at a hotel in Indianapolis after posting the messages and saying things like, getting tickets, I'm sitting behind the bench. And then he even makes this tweet here, which references that they are actively coming for him. They said I was sending threatening texts, but the only thought on my mind was, Caitlyn! Caps lock. Interestingly enough, I went to the first tweet from Michael Lewis, and it's from January 7th. So he hasn't really been doing this for all that long, but every single tweet since January 7th, all 887 of them, pretty much, are directed to Caitlyn Clark. So his first one, no greater love than to lay down your life, ... So he's a relatively new stalker. He's still in his rookie season here. He's been doing it for about 2 weeks, and it was so egregious that authorities are actually acting on it, which is a good thing. I also think there's a chance that this isn't his first time stalking. After going through so many of his tweets, I feel like he's probably done this to others, but not on this account. I feel like he probably makes accounts like this. The name of this account is RacerX2031. That's an Xbox Live generated gamer tag, basically. That's fucking nothing. So I bet he probably makes specific accounts for the sole purpose of stalking individuals, and this one was for Caitlyn Clark, his most recent obsession. But I just get the feeling he's definitely done this in the past, too. That's just a hunch, though. Either way, really good news that he has been taken in by authorities. Fucking weirdo stalker. DUI. Okay, I feel like I missed something. Did he go on like a chase? The full video is an hour 15. My god, it's a full film. It's a full production. But I feel like I've missed the entire intro here. I feel like I'm coming in the middle of the season. EWU Bodycam has a shorter version.
When police in Maitland, Florida come upon a...
Florida! Hey! Let's go!
They don't need their best detectives
That's big.
to figure out that something has gone. But they quickly realize that the driver of this vehicle is none other than the son of basketball legend Michael Jordan.
Are you, like, popular or something? Or exactly. I don't know who you are, man.
Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent.
That's so good. That's so good. He's immediately thrown around. Do you know who my dad is? Oh, I love that. I do enjoy that. Has Marcus Jordan done anything? Oh, actually, wasn't he dating Scottie Pippen's wife? Yep, he dated Larsa Pippen from 2022 until 2024. And that's it. That's all he's done. He dated Larsa Pippen. He tried to get into college ball, but he was really bad at it. He must have been. It's not even mentioned on, like, his Wikipedia summary. For, like, his notable stuff, it's just he dated Larsa Pippen. Cool. Oh, also, in 2012, he was arrested after a drunken argument with 2 women outside a hotel in Omaha. Charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and obstructing justice. but was later released and pled no contest. Cool resume.
Unusual and dangerous sight. A car has veered off the highway and gotten stuck on the railroad tracks. The situation poses a significant threat to those in the car, as well as the officers.
This fucking idiot thought the railroad tracks were an extension of the road that he was on? That's amazing. Holy. Is this a mistake that can happen, like, commonly in this area? I can't imagine it is, right? This guy must have been, like, super turbo-plastered.
You are stuck. You know the trains come by right now, right?
No, I know. That's why I'm trying to get the f*** out of here.
This car ain't going nowhere.
I like how she rolls up the window.
I need you guys out of the car because there is a train coming right now.
What the? So then let me pull up.
You're not going to be able to move it. Just get
No, let him pull over. Pull over.
You can't. You're buried. You want to get hit by a train?
If he wants to get hit by a train, that's his God-given right.
No, that's what I'm saying. Get out of the car so we don't get hit.
He meant to park here, actually. There's like some Red Dead Redemption shit.
Get out of the car.
I mean, that's what I said. Over this guy. We can push this mother.
Brother, what?
I mean, the concern is this $300,000 vehicle. I would like to. Nothing in my pocket. Bro, I'm Marcus Jordan. I'm Michael Jordan's son. Okay. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just.
Oh, that's so good. Wait, Michael Jordan's son. Holy shit, I'm so. Do you want me to suck your dick? Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so. Yeah, let's push. All right, boys. Let's lift up Michael Jordan's son's car right now. We'll hoist it over our shoulders.
And clearly, we would just like to get our car off of the train tracks, which we were not trying to be on.
Thanks, lady. I can see that it's true. The car's on the train tracks.
We really need a tow truck. We can't push this thing in reverse and get it off the track. No? The quicker we
what,
move
man?
The better, right?
The only time you can really push a car is when, like, it's not buried. And it's usually helpful if you can slap that bitch into neutral. There's no shot you're pushing this with 6 dudes. Though, what is this car? I think it said a Lamborghini in the articles. I don't know, maybe it's like super lightweight for some reason. But even then, no shot.
Okay, so that's why. Because I can smell alcohol coming from you, and you're on train tracks. Okay. So
come on, man.
Just listen to me. That's why I don't want you back behind the wheel.
You might not have heard him. His dad's Michael Jordan.
Behind the wheel. I just would like to get my car out of this. I wish I could tell you, but
you're way down the train tracks. That's what I'm saying. It's not
we're not way down the train tracks. We made a right and another right. Man,
I'm actually so curious. How far away from the train tracks is he? It looks pretty far. Like, I feel like you know that you're on train tracks pretty much instantly. Like, you know, it's not XXX, right? Where you're just, like, riding the fucking the Mustang on the tracks until it, like, burns the rubber off. Like, I feel like you would know so quickly. I can already imagine what the cabin was like while they're on the train tracks with his girl. Man, they gotta repave this road. What the fuck is going on here? God, Florida sucks. Jeez.
Pushing a car off the train tracks like this, and I'm not getting you back behind the wheel until I know that you're safe enough to operate it.
Okay, so what do I have to do to show you that I'm safe enough to operate it?
Well, I'm gonna
one free throw.
In a minute, but I'm gonna read you your Miranda rights first. You're not under arrest.
I know that. I know I'm not.
I couldn't be. I'm Michael Jordan's son.
If I know anything.
And if Marcus is unhappy to leave his Lamborghini behind, he'll be even less pleased with what the officer says next.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to be doing an investigation.
He says LeBron's better. Imagine, he just starts fucking messing with him.
Whatever you have to do,
that's what I said.
Right?
Is that where he took it? Is that where he took his right turn right there to get onto the tracks? He went down this. No, actually, I don't think so. This looks like a little parking lot. He must have turned right even further up. Holy, man was on a side quest.
3. Do the turn. So then 1. Here's the turn. Here's the turn.
Nice. 32-point turn. Very good.
Sure. I'm not pushing.
You're walking like a normal person. You'll be all right.
I am a normal person.
His dad appears. Imagine.
What are you doing with my son? I was busy beating the Looney Tunes in a game of basketball, and now all of a sudden my son... What, you think he's drunk just because he drove down the railroad tracks? Or, not beating the Looney Tunes, beating the Monstars. God, Jesus Christ, sorry.
You want to check under my nuts, too?
No, not really.
Okay, alright. What's your name?
Officer Marino, badge number 183.
Well, Officer Marino, you're gonna get a call from my father later. Uh-oh.
So he's gonna have about 4 charges. Any questions?
Thank you for your service. Thank you for protecting our country.
Thank you for your support.
What a cool side character.
We gotta make sure everybody's safe to drive.
Go out in Marcus Jordan.
The Marcus Jordan?
Are you, like, popular or something? Or?
Popular? That doesn't even begin to describe it.
I don't know who you are, man. I've never met you. You keep saying you're a big target. Are you a celebrity or something? Dude, I don't know who you are, man.
So don't ask me.
You keep bringing it up, man. That's what I'm asking. That's all.
You know. Act like you don't know. But it's cool. We'll find out tomorrow. Okay. We'll find out tomorrow.
I bet this officer felt real silly when he found out that this was Michael Jordan's son.
He encourages them to crank up the radio on another 80s.
Yeah, this is just wholesome bonding now. He posted on his Instagram, I appreciate everyone reaching out. I'm focusing on @Trophy Room Store right now and won't be making any comments on the recent media stories and personal life. What's Trophy Room Store? Is that his job? Like that's his business? Well, the very first image there is Michael Jordan. Is this guy's whole life just spent riding his father's glory? That's gotta suck, man. Here's an article. What is Trophy Room? Accused of stealing from Michael Jordan. Here's an insight into Marcus's venture. What? Despite initially battling allegations that Marcus has been backdooring his sneakers to resellers, Trophy Room and the Jordan brand are still working together and bringing out new collaborations for the fans. The Trophy Room within the Michael Jordan estate is almost like a museum. It showcases Jordan's numerous achievements over the years and eventually became the inspiration for Marcus Jordan. Okay. I thought this was like a big conspiracy where he's stealing his dad's shoes to sell them. Oh, his first store closed after 3 years. Oh, wow. What I'm trying to do is recreate the atmosphere, the warm feeling that people would feel as they would walk through the trophy room when we had friends over. Huh. His whole life is spent just reveling in his dad's achievements. Nothing of his own. Literally no way to top MJ. It's not about topping him. It's about just carving your own identity. Even during his arrest, all he could do was name drop his dad. He just has